God says, "My beloved soul, it began in a moment the world barely noticed, yet heaven recorded forever, a moment on the cross where pain spoke louder than words and love outweighed blood, and what God asked for you there was not punishment but permission, permission for a future you could not yet see, permission for healing that would arrive through a human vessel, permission for a love that would not replace him but reflect him. And my beloved soul, hear this carefully, what was asked then is being released now, not randomly, not late, but precisely through the one prepared to walk toward you carrying answers you prayed for when you did not even know how to pray, because the cross was not the end of your story, it was the beginning of a covenant unfolding across time, and the shock is not that you suffered, the shock is that God never wasted a single tear, not one silent night, not one betrayal, not one season where you thought love had passed you by. On that cross, God asked for your wounds, He asked for your fear of abandonment, He asked for the parts of you that learned to survive instead of feel, and He asked so that one day those same surrendered places could become doorways through which divine love would enter your life in human form, and now the release has begun, subtle yet unstoppable, because your soulmate is not coming to impress you, they are coming to unlock you. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because what I am revealing now will explain years you thought made no sense. When the nails were driven, God was not counting your mistakes, He was counting your endurance, and when the breath left that body, heaven sealed a promise that you would not always have to be strong alone, and the reason your heart never settled for shallow love is because it remembers a depth it has not yet fully touched, but soon will. The release through your soulmate is not about romance as the world defines it, it is about restoration, it is about the return of softness where you learned hardness, trust where you learned vigilance, and safety where you learned independence. You have wondered why connections fell apart just before becoming real, why timing always felt slightly off, why you were awakened emotionally only to be left again, and the truth is this, God was preserving the release, protecting it from arriving before you could receive it without fear. My beloved soul, stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you, because the cross did not just forgive sin, it restructured your future. What God asked was your consent to be healed in ways that would require another heart, not to complete you, but to mirror back the parts of you God Himself restored first. Your soulmate is not replacing God's role, they are responding to it, responding to the work already done in the unseen. This is why the connection will feel familiar yet unsettling, peaceful yet intense, because it is carrying weight, the weight of a promise older than your current lifetime. You may feel this release as restlessness, as dreams intensifying, as a sudden clarity about what you will no longer tolerate, because when heaven releases something, it first makes space. Do not be alarmed by endings happening now, they are not losses, they are alignments. And hear this gently, your soulmate is also being prepared, stripped of illusions, humbled by lessons, softened by God's hand, because the release must be mutual to be sustained. The cross asked for patience, not passivity, and that patience is now bearing fruit. If you feel a quiet knowing rising within you, not excitement but certainty, that is the release beginning to move through your soul before it arrives through another's presence. My beloved soul, do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal, because the love coming will not rush you, it will recognize you. It will not demand performance, it will invite truth. And this is why the enemy tried so hard to convince you that you were too much or not enough, because if you believed that lie, you would reject the very thing meant to heal you. But God has been unteaching you those lies, slowly, patiently, through solitude, through reflection, through moments where you chose growth over bitterness. The cross asked for your surrender so that love could meet you without resistance, and now that surrender is complete. The release through your soulmate will feel like relief, not fireworks at first, like exhale, like coming home to yourself. And yes, my beloved soul, this is where I ask you to act in faith now, not later, because part of receiving is acknowledging, and I want you in this moment to claim this release, to say yes out loud, to align your expectation with heaven's timing. If this word resonates, do not keep it silent, engage with it, affirm it, share it, because agreement accelerates manifestation, and your voice matters in this season. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, but even now know this, the cross did not end in death, it ended in release, and that release has found its way to you. What is unfolding now is not sudden, it is the continuation of something that began long before your awareness caught up with heaven's timing. After the cross, there was silence, not absence, but sacred stillness, and in that stillness God began the slow work of weaving redemption into your future experiences. My beloved soul, the reason your heart learned discernment through disappointment is because shallow connections could not carry the weight of what was promised. Every almost love, every near miss, every bond that collapsed under pressure was revealing not your failure, but their inability to hold what God reserved for you. The release through your soulmate is not arriving as chaos or confusion, it is arriving as alignment, and alignment often feels like discomfort before clarity. You may sense a quiet rearranging within you, values shifting, priorities settling, desires refining, because before heaven introduces a person, it stabilizes the ground within you where they will stand. This is why old patterns are losing their grip, why emotional triggers that once ruled you now pass more quickly, because the cross did not just cover sin, it rewired attachment. God asked for your old ways of loving, the ways formed in survival rather than safety, and now those surrendered patterns are being replaced with something gentler, stronger, and true. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you, because what you are feeling now is not loneliness, it is anticipation without a name. Your soulmate's presence will not overwhelm you, it will settle you, and that settling begins before they arrive. Heaven always prepares the soil before the seed. You may notice that your intuition has sharpened, that you can sense authenticity faster, that your tolerance for emotional inconsistency has vanished, because what is coming requires clarity, not compromise. The cross demanded honesty, not perfection, and that honesty is now shaping how you show up in connections. You are no longer asking to be chosen, you are choosing alignment, and that shift is magnetic. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because the release through your soulmate is also the release of your voice, the voice you learn to silence to keep peace. This love will not require you to shrink, it will require you to be present. It will not test your worth, it will confirm it. And this is why timing matters, because had it arrived earlier, you might have mistaken intensity for intimacy, or familiarity for destiny. God protected you from premature fulfillment, not as punishment, but as preservation. Now the protection feels like permission. You are allowed to receive without guilt, to rest without fear of loss, to trust without scanning for exits. This is not naivety, it is healed awareness. The cross asked for your vigilance so that one day you could lay it down. And laying it down is the release. You may feel drawn to stillness more than distraction now, because your soul recognizes proximity approaching. Heaven often signals arrival through peace, not excitement. There is a sacred calm forming around you, even if circumstances are still unsettled, because internally, something has clicked. My beloved soul, do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal, because your soulmate is not coming to fill emptiness, they are coming to walk with fullness. They have also been through refinement, through loss that humbled them, through lessons that softened their ego, through waiting that aligned their intentions. This is not a rescue story, it is a reunion of healed trajectories. When you meet, the recognition will not be dramatic, it will be deep. Conversation will feel effortless yet meaningful, silence comfortable yet alive, because the cross removed the need for masks. God asked for truth, and truth is what will bind you. The release will feel like safety without stagnation, growth without fear, intimacy without urgency. You will not rush because there will be no need to secure what is already secure. This is why impatience has been addressed in you recently, why you have been learning to trust process rather than outcomes. Heaven does not hurry what it has secured. The cross did not rush resurrection, it allowed transformation. And transformation is what you are stepping into relationally now. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, because the greatest release is not the arrival of another, it is the departure of doubt. Soon you will realize that love was never avoiding you, it was waiting for you to become ready to receive it without fear of loss. As this release continues to unfold, you may begin to understand that what God asked for you on the cross was not only your pain, but your timeline. He asked to step outside your urgency so that eternity could guide your becoming. Many of your delays were not denials, they were divine recalibrations, moments where heaven adjusted your path without your awareness. My beloved soul, the reason certain doors closed without explanation is because the future God secured for you required emotional maturity those spaces could not nurture. You were not being withheld from love, you were being escorted toward a version of love that would not fracture you. The cross was the place where God saw the end from the beginning, where He foresaw not only your salvation but your relational wholeness. That is why the release through your soulmate carries such precision now. It is not arriving randomly, it is intersecting with who you have become, not who you were. You may notice that memories surface differently, that past hurts no longer sting the same way, that forgiveness feels less like effort and more like understanding, because healing has reached layers you once avoided. This is evidence of release in motion. My beloved soul, do not overlook this sacred shift, because awareness is the language heaven uses to prepare you for arrival. When the cross absorbed suffering, it also neutralized cycles. Generational patterns that once seemed inevitable are losing authority over you, and this matters because the love coming is meant to last, not repeat history. You are no longer drawn to intensity without integrity, to charm without character, to connection without consistency. Your nervous system is learning peace, and peace is the confirmation. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you, because the release through your soulmate is also releasing you from the need to prove your worth through endurance. Love will not require you to bleed to be chosen. It will not romanticize struggle. It will honor softness as strength. This is why your soul has been craving depth over drama, truth over thrill, presence over promises. God asked for your misinterpretations of love so He could replace them with wisdom, and that wisdom is now guiding your discernment. You may feel less reactive, more observant, less defensive, more open, because safety is approaching, and your spirit recognizes it before your mind does. Heaven often announces arrival through resonance, not signs. There is a familiarity forming with something unseen yet trusted. This is not imagination, it is alignment. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because the release also involves timing between two hearts learning to meet without fear. Your soulmate's journey has been equally intentional, marked by lessons that stripped illusions and clarified purpose. They are not arriving perfect, but they are arriving present. They will not try to save you, and you will not try to fix them, because the cross already addressed brokenness. What remains is companionship rooted in truth. When you encounter each other, there will be recognition without rush, interest without anxiety, desire without confusion. This is how healed love feels. The release is gentle because it is secure. You may even question it at first, wondering why it feels calm instead of consuming, why it does not trigger old patterns. That questioning is simply the mind catching up to healing. trust the peace. The cross did not produce chaos, it produced redemption. And redemption feels steady. As this season unfolds, notice how your boundaries feel less like walls and more like clarity. You are not guarding yourself from love anymore, you are guiding love toward you wisely. That shift is magnetic. Heaven responds to readiness, not desperation. My beloved soul, do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal, because the release through your soulmate will also illuminate purpose. This connection is not isolated from your calling, it supports it. You will not lose yourself in love, you will expand. Conversations will inspire growth, not insecurity. Support will feel mutual, not transactional. The cross asked for your fear of being seen fully, and now you are stepping into visibility without shame. This love will see you, not just admire you. It will understand your silences, respect your pace, and honor your truth. And you will do the same. This is not coincidence, it is covenant alignment unfolding in real time. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, because what is being released is not just a person, it is a season where love finally feels safe to stay. The deeper truth now emerging is this: the release moving through your soulmate is also completing an inner reconciliation that began when you stopped blaming yourself for what did not work before. God asked for your self-accusation on the cross, the quiet belief that you were somehow too slow, too guarded, too emotional, or too hopeful, and that surrender is now returning to you as clarity. You are beginning to see that many endings were not evidence of unworthiness but proof of protection. What could not stay was never meant to grow with you. My beloved soul, this realization is not small, it is foundational, because healed love cannot coexist with hidden shame. The cross dismantled shame at its root, and the release now unfolding is restoring your ability to receive affection without suspicion. You may notice that compliments land differently now, that kindness no longer triggers doubt, that consistency feels comforting rather than suspicious, because your nervous system is recalibrating to safety. This is not accidental, it is preparation. Heaven never introduces permanence into a system still braced for loss. The release through your soulmate is timed with your ability to stay present instead of bracing for departure. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you, because this is where many misunderstand the process. They think the miracle is the meeting, but the miracle is the readiness to remain open after the meeting. God has been teaching you how to stay, how to communicate without fear, how to pause without withdrawing, how to trust without control. These lessons were not random, they were rehearsals for a love that will ask for honesty instead of performance. Your soulmate will not respond to masks, they will respond to truth, and truth has been forming quietly within you. The cross asked for your compulsion to earn love, and that burden has been lifted. You are allowed to be chosen without proving, to be cherished without striving. This is why rest has become more important to you than validation, why peace has outweighed applause. Heaven aligns partners who recognize value without negotiation. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because the release is also teaching you how to receive support without guilt. You were strong for so long that dependence felt dangerous, but interdependence is not weakness, it is design. God never intended you to carry everything alone. The cross restored connection vertically so that connection horizontally could be healthy. And now the release is showing you that love does not threaten your independence, it enhances it. You will not disappear in this bond, you will deepen. Conversations will not drain you, they will ground you. Presence will not suffocate you, it will steady you. This is how you will know it is real. The release will not feel like losing control, it will feel like sharing weight. And this sharing begins internally before it manifests externally. You are learning to ask, to receive, to rest. These are not small shifts, they are signs of readiness. My beloved soul, do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal, because your soulmate is also learning how to hold space without possession, how to love without fear of abandonment, how to choose without hesitation. Their journey has softened them, not weakened them. They are arriving with humility, not entitlement, with curiosity, not expectation. This mutual posture is rare, and it is protected. That is why access to you has been limited, why distractions have fallen away, why your circle has narrowed. God guards what He is about to reveal. The release through your soulmate is sacred, not casual. It will invite intentionality, not confusion. You will notice that communication flows without games, that intentions are expressed without pressure, that growth is encouraged without competition. This is alignment in action. The cross did not create chaos, it established order, and that order is now entering your relational life. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, because the greatest evidence of this release will be how little you have to convince yourself. Peace will confirm what logic once questioned. What continues to unfold now moves beyond understanding and into embodiment, where truth is no longer something you analyze but something you live from. God asked on the cross for your future reactions, the ones shaped by fear before love arrived, and that surrender is now becoming visible in how you respond rather than react. You may notice that situations which once unsettled you now pass without gripping your spirit, that uncertainty no longer sends you spiraling, that patience feels natural instead of forced. This is not emotional numbness, it is grounded awareness, and it signals that the release moving through your soulmate is synchronizing with the release already completed within you. My beloved soul, this stage is subtle yet powerful, because it marks the transition from preparation to resonance. You are no longer waiting for love to arrive, you are aligning with the frequency it recognizes. Heaven does not rush manifestation, it confirms harmony. The cross did not merely secure forgiveness, it established coherence between who you are becoming and what you are meant to receive. This is why your desires now feel clearer, simpler, less scattered. You are not asking for more, you are asking for real. And real responds. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you, because the release through your soulmate is also recalibrating how you perceive time. Waiting no longer feels like absence, it feels like positioning. Each day is no longer a countdown but a deepening, where you grow more anchored, more present, more yourself. You are not trying to attract, you are allowing alignment. This shift matters because love that lasts must meet you where you stand, not where you pretend to be. The cross asked for your false versions, the ones built to survive disappointment, and now those versions are dissolving. What remains is authentic presence. Your soulmate will meet that presence, not an image. They will recognize your stillness, not chase your performance. This recognition will feel quiet yet profound, like understanding without explanation. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because you are being taught how to receive without rushing ahead mentally. Anticipation no longer pulls you forward, it settles you into now. This is crucial, because when the release fully expresses itself through connection, it will require presence more than expectation. You will need to be here to notice how natural it feels, how unforced the bond is, how mutual the energy remains. There will be no guessing, no decoding, no emotional chess. Transparency will feel safe because judgment is absent. This safety is not accidental, it is the fruit of inner work completed in seasons when you thought nothing was happening. Heaven was always active, even when visible progress was slow. The cross worked beneath the surface, rearranging foundations you could not see. And now the release is surfacing as steadiness. You may sense an internal permission forming, permission to enjoy without bracing, to trust without proof, to hope without guarding the outcome. This permission is holy. It signals readiness. My beloved soul, do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal, because the release through your soulmate will also expand your capacity for joy without fear of loss. Joy once felt risky because it preceded disappointment, but now joy feels anchored because it is rooted in self-trust. You trust yourself to navigate whatever unfolds, not because nothing will go wrong, but because you are no longer afraid of your own resilience. This confidence is quiet, not loud, and it attracts partnership that honors rather than exploits it. Your soulmate will not fear your depth, they will respect it. They will not rush your process, they will support your pace. This mutual respect is rare, and it is cultivated, not accidental. The cross asked for your need to control outcomes so that love could arrive without pressure. And that release is evident in how lightly you now hold expectations. You are open but grounded, hopeful but stable. This balance is magnetic. Heaven aligns through balance. As this season continues, you may find yourself less concerned with labels and more attuned to connection quality, less focused on milestones and more aware of mutual presence. This shift indicates maturity, not detachment. It means you are ready for substance over symbolism. My beloved soul, if you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, but for now understand this, the release is ongoing, layered, and intentional. It is not rushing toward closure, it is unfolding toward depth. What God asked for you on the cross is still revealing itself, not as a single event, but as a lived reality that continues to open, expand, and align, moment by moment, breath by breath, without forcing an ending before its time. Now the release reaches its fullness, not as a sudden explosion, but as a deep settling into truth, the kind that does not shout yet changes everything permanently. What God asked for you on the cross was your permission to let love arrive without fear, and that permission has now matured within you. You are no longer negotiating with the past, no longer rehearsing old wounds, no longer bracing for disappointment disguised as wisdom. My beloved soul, this is the moment where heaven completes what it began, because the release through your soulmate is no longer approaching, it is integrating. You may feel an unfamiliar calm anchoring your decisions, a confidence that does not need reassurance, a knowing that does not seek validation. This is not emotional detachment, it is spiritual completion. The cross resolved the question of your worth, and now your life is aligning with that resolution. The love entering your reality does not need to convince you, it resonates with what you already know. And that resonance feels like peace rather than pursuit. Stay present with me, do not rush past this revelation, because what you are experiencing now is the fruit of endurance. The nights you survived without answers, the prayers you whispered without evidence, the growth you chose without applause, all of it converged here. Your soulmate is not arriving to begin your healing, they are arriving because healing has already taken root. This is why the connection feels steady rather than intoxicating, why it supports rather than consumes. You are meeting as whole individuals, not as fragments seeking repair. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because this is where many misunderstand divine love. They expect intensity, but God delivers integrity. They expect fireworks, but God establishes foundations. The cross did not dramatize love, it demonstrated it. And that same demonstration is now moving through your life relationally. You are no longer being tested, you are being entrusted. Entrusted with mutuality, with responsibility, with the ability to love without losing yourself. This trust is sacred. You may notice that your prayers have shifted from asking to thanking, from questioning to acknowledging, because something within you recognizes completion. Not perfection, but alignment. Alignment between your inner world and your outer experience. This is the release fully embodied. My beloved soul, remain attentive, because heaven is sealing what it has revealed. The love you are stepping into will not compete with your purpose, it will cooperate with it. It will not distract you from growth, it will support expansion. You will find that challenges no longer threaten connection, they strengthen communication. Disagreements no longer signal danger, they invite understanding. This is maturity in motion. The cross removed the curse of instability, and now stability is becoming your normal. This does not mean life will be effortless, but it means love will be reliable. And reliability is the miracle many overlook. Stay with me a little longer, because what I am about to reveal completes the picture. The greatest release through your soulmate is not what they give you, but what they awaken in you, the ability to remain open without fear, to commit without losing freedom, to trust without control. This awakening is irreversible. You will not return to who you were before this alignment. Old patterns will feel foreign, old temptations will lack appeal, old fears will lose authority. This is how you know the cross has finished its work in this area of your life. My beloved soul, do not leave yet, heaven has one final truth to impress upon your spirit. Love that comes from God does not arrive to take, it arrives to build. It builds patience, clarity, depth, and shared vision. It builds a future that does not require constant reassurance because it is rooted in truth. And truth brings rest. You will find rest in this connection, not stagnation, but restoration. You will grow without pressure, evolve without fear, because the foundation is secure. This security is not fragile, it is resilient. It can withstand seasons, changes, challenges, because it was not rushed. The cross taught patience, and patience has now produced promise. My beloved soul, if you have remained till the end, receive this final word with openness. What God asked for you on the cross has been fully honored. What was surrendered has been redeemed. What was delayed has been aligned. And what is now being released through your soulmate is not temporary, not conditional, not fragile. It is purposeful, anchored, and sustained by the same love that carried you through every season before this one. This is not the end of your journey, but it is the end of waiting in confusion. From here forward, love walks with you in clarity, in peace, and in truth.